Like, that's the best way I can explain what the inside of my brain is like, all right? It is a methed out NASA fucking supercomputer. Fucking trying to run Autism Plus in a fucking web browser. So Autism Plus is a lot like Disney Plus, except there's not a commercial-free version. You see, I mean, it's all commercials all the time. Well, everything else opens at the same time, just in new browser windows, until you're clicking continuously trying to close shit. And you're yelling, where the fuck is the music coming from? What's going on? This is probably what some of you are wondering at this point. It's like if you don't know who I am, like if you've never seen me before, or like somebody brought you here, you're in your seat right now. You're like, fucking, what's going on? Like, why'd they bring out this tall, dark, hairy lesbian? And why's old girl shaking like that? We'll get right into it, dude. Like, I'm not nervous or anything. Like, don't worry. I'm just very high right now. True story. I also happen to be very autistic. No, fuck you, too late. No, you hear that awkward-ass moment of silence as everybody just clench their butt cheeks together real quick, all at the same time? That's my favorite part. I'm gonna need you all to go ahead and do me a favor and loosen the fuck up. For a couple reasons. And I'll go ahead and address the shaky-ass elephant in the room and we'll fucking get this out of the way. Because there's like 3 main groups that get uncomfortable when I bring it up, all right? And like the first group, they're never sure if it's gonna be okay to laugh at any of this shit or not. No, look at my fucking face. I couldn't keep it together long enough to hide it if I wanted to. Like, I'm having the time of my life in here. You understand? Oh, yeah. So if I'm having fun, probably not a hate crime. So whatever you all clench, just feel free to go ahead and unpucker it for the remainder. We'll all have a good-ass time, all right? Now, the second group, they just get confused. Because the second group, as soon as I bring it up, they'll start like nudging other people around them in the dark and whispering shit like, "White, did he say autistic?" I didn't know they could talk. Turns out we can, surprise. Ta-da! Turns out we come in a wide variety of shapes, sizes, skill levels, and abilities. It's almost like we're people. Fucking who'da thunk it? But the third group is my favorite group. This is the group I'm the most familiar with, right? Because I'm also from here. Like, I'm from Florida. They're like, yeah. Not here. No, y'all got the nice part. You know, I'm from the middle part. You get it. We'll get to it, all right? But I'm from the part of Florida that is the South. Do you know what I mean? Which means that the group I'm the most familiar with, if you bring up autism in front of them, they just go, Nope. My Nana looked me straight in the face. She goes, we don't believe in that. She looked me straight in the face and said, baby, we prayed that in the gay away. It's gone. Say, it's gone. You're safe. I was like, Nana, what are you talking about? I'm not gay. And Nana said, exactly. Dude, that third group won't ever actually say the word autistic. They'll just call you special, or they'll wait until you leave the room and then they'll call you retarded. But they always say bless their heart after they're so fucking... It cancels out. Now, those are the three main groups, but I would like to take a brief moment to introduce you to the fourth group. And that is the group of people that re-puckered when I said the R word. Hi. How y'all doing? This is just a brief reminder, dude. That demographic. You know what I mean? Like, that's our word. For real, like, that's our hard R. You know what I mean? Like, it's way smaller, but it's just as hard. If you're still in your seat at this moment and just fucking staring blankly like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. Bless your heart. Welcome to the show. No, like I said, everybody feels pretty loose. Dude. It feels like there's a lot of loose asses in seats, but there's still like 4 of you that are semi-puckered. Dude. I can smell it. You know who you are. But we'll take this moment to just fucking ease everybody in, and we'll start with the visual shit. So let's talk about whatever the fuck's going on with my hands. Oh, you guys tried to pucker again. Knock it off. Uncomfortable or not, we're still gonna have to fucking talk about it. Because I don't currently fucking know. My hands are at this moment on their own schedule, and I was not CC'd on that email. True story. There's something called stimming, right? And stimming is an autism thing. Fun fact, the name is actually short for self-stimulation. Which is different than self-gratification. Different things, because like stimming's not a tick and it's not like sexual in any way. I mean, I don't know what that was, but that scared me. Not as bad as his laugh, though, dude, because as soon as I said it's not sexual, it was like, ha ha ha! He's like, that's what you think! We finna find out! What's up, guys? How you doing? Can I have it? Not yet, not yet. Not yet, but I am gonna get that leg. I'm gonna get that leg. Hell yeah. I'm gonna get it, dude. Dude, good boys go fetch, dude. Like I said, stimming before I forget where I am. We're about to see ADHD in action. No, we're talking about my hands, right? Like stimming. Like I said, it's not a tic. Like it's basically an emotional regulation tool, right? Like there's all different kinds of stims and we attach them to different emotions. Like there's humming, rocking, flapping, skipping, jumping, like, and we use those to like process emotion, right? Like I vibrate and finger tap less in my regular life than when I'm up here, because in my regular life, dude, fucking, hi. Him's autistic. I can live 100% rent-free in my imagination at all times. I mean, dude, if I need to go into Target, I'll just show up and flip it into NPC mode and just fucking... And I'm basically like invisible, dude, nobody notices, right? Or if I'm already like fucking too anxious or worked up, I'll fucking go full John Cena, dude, just fucking... You can't see me, dude. I'll run through Walmart like a ninja, dude. I will, dude, fucking diving through clothes racks and slashing prices, the whole deal. There's way more interesting shit going on in Walmart at all times. I am under the radar. So, like I said, it's called stimming or self-stimulation. So in these moments, I tend to get overstimulated. Right? Like the best way I can explain it to you is golden retriever energy. True story. Because basically, you get him around too many people, he gets riled up, but he's a good boy. Too many loud noises from too many different directions. He thinks it's storming, you gotta put his little jacket on him, but he's a good boy. Yeah. Sure, he's a little ADHD, a little inbred, but he's a good boy. Also, just so there's no misunderstandings, that like the autism part has nothing to do with the inbred part. None whatsoever. The inbred part is because of the Levy County, Florida part. So like I said, it's called stimming or self-stimulation. And like I said, it's not a tic and it's not sexual in any way. So that voice sounded like the Marlboro woman. Dude, this whole time in her head, she's been sitting there like getting more and more like into it, just going like, save a horse, ride a shaky ass cowboy. And as soon as I said, nah, she was like, damn it. Oh, Oh, God. Bro, sounds like I'm about to fuck Sam Elliott. Oh. Damn it. Anyway, not a tick, not sexual. But it is a lot like masturbating. It is, because it's healthy for us, it makes us happy, and most people really don't like it when we do it in public. Tends to make most people real uncomfortable. But in my experience, like, I've realized people tend to get uncomfortable around autism just because they don't know enough about it, right? And to be fair, that's nobody's fault, right? Like, the definition has changed so much over the last 3-4 decades. Fucking science and medicine is still trying to Scooby-Doo some mysteries out of it. I mean, but when people don't understand enough about something like autism, the natural instinct is people tend to pity it, right? And so just so we all leave here with a clear understanding of the situation, dude, you have no reason whatsoever to pity anyone just for being autistic. Yeah. None whatsoever, dude, because if you get right down to it, we just run on a different operating system than you do. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a different user experience. Right? Like, you can load Windows software onto an Apple computer, but it's never gonna fucking run right. It's just not, right? And like I said, I'm an autistic person from Levy County, Florida. Like I said, I am not from like the beaches part of Florida or the Disney part, dude. I'm from the middle part. You understand? I'm from where we make the methamphetamine. You understand? Like, you know those small ass towns where people say things like, there's just something in the water? It's meth. Every time. Dude, it's meth. Huh? Which means that if you combine all of that information, dude, fucking autism, ADHD, parent, cousins, and meth water, it basically means that my brain is a NASA supercomputer that's been programmed by a NASCAR pit crew. You understand, like, the wiring's all jacked up, fucking somebody spilled Mountain Dew in it. Try to put meth water in the little coolant part, dude, fucking some jackass tried to install LimeWire and fucking download Dwight Yoakam's greatest hits and fucking so now every time it overheats, it'll just whistle Dixie for no fucking reason at all, dude. It's irritating as shit. Like, that's the best way I can explain what the inside of my brain is like, all right? It is a methed out NASA fucking supercomputer. Fucking trying to run Autism Plus in a fucking web browser. So Autism Plus is a lot like Disney Plus, except there's not a commercial-free version. You see, I mean, it's all commercials all the time. Well, everything else opens at the same time, just in new browser windows, until you're clicking continuously trying to close shit. And you're just yelling, where the fuck is the music coming from? Remember earlier when I said golden retriever energy? When I overdo it, I wag a little bit. But I need Caesar Milan as a fucking life coach. Look, I don't know why it keeps doing that, but it's because I have microphones in here too. So the government can hear me. Like I said, it's called stimming or self-stimulation. But we can't also just be real about it. Dude, we can call it like it is. I'm fine with it. I vibrate like a luxury model sex toy. I vibrate like the things keeping the marriages in the room alive. Which, speaking of which, where are you guys at? Married people, make some noise. Fuck yeah, dude. Congratulations. I'm also unhappy. I said what I said. I'm teasing. You guys are great. I used to be unhappy. I'm divorced now. It's fucking fantastic. It's awesome, dude. Complete freedom. Only downside is I'm dating in my 30s now. And dating in your 30s now, no, don't you dare fucking woo. The dating in your 30s now, vibrate feature aside, is fucking weird. All right? Because 30s, you're at that age where you're ready to meet your person and settle down a little bit. But fucking now, 2023, I don't know if any of you watch the news or go online or outside. But civilization has basically collapsed. So this day and age, it is damn near impossible trying to find places to have sex. Both of you live with your parents. But Captain Autism thought he figured out this genius way around it, right? Because he's like, oh, we could take our dates camping. Like camping, that could be romantic, right? No. Now camping creates its own unique sets of challenges. It's fucking round of applause. Who in here's ever had sex in a tent before? I love being from Florida. We're just so fucking outdoorsy as a people, and then it's cool as shit. But for all of the rest of you who didn't make any noise, fucking listen up, prudes. All right? And listen close, because sex in a tent creates a very specific sound. Because of all the nylon. Sex in a tent basically sounds like two old men wrestling a windbreaker jacket. True story, dude. Just fucking. My hip. And the cool people will be aware of this, but the rest of you may not be. But typically, when you're camping, there are other campers nearby. Yeah. And when those campers hear you having sex in a tent, you get kicked out of the Bass Pro Shop. glad you guys like that joke. Because here's a little behind the music about it. I really wish that joke wasn't the reason why there's no longer tent displays in the Bass Pro Shop. That is my bad. You understand? 100% on me. And I know it because that manager straight up told us he was sending an email to corporate. Because he was escorting us out. He's like, I can't believe y'all would do that. There's loads of kids in here. And I said, dude, if you'd have given me another 2 minutes, I'd have left my load of kids in there. And apparently, that's not an appropriate response to have in that situation. But just in case anyone forgot, fucking hi. Autistic. I struggle to understand social situations and where that line is, where appropriate stops, dude. Which is made even more difficult because other people say inappropriate shit to me all the time. Like, people will come up to me after shows sometimes and they'll be like, hey man, you can like talk and make eye contact, so. You must have like high functioning autism, right? And I say, fucking what? Because like high functioning autism is not like a diagnostic term, dude. It is a pejorative term. Do you know what I mean? Like the only thing high functioning about me is that I function better while high. It's happening right now. The other people will mix it up and throw in like a food label. He'll be like, oh, I just mean like, you seem like you've got like the mild autism. What? Dude, I checked. You can't get this shit at Taco Bell. All right, like, it's not on the late night cravings menu or nothing. All right, like there's not like a diagnosis for mild autism either. And even if there was, we wouldn't fucking call it that. We'd call it spicy ADHD. Which I also have. Because the doctor told me, all right? Because I wasn't officially diagnosed as autistic until I was already 30 years old, right? And then ADHD 2 years later, right? And those are very weird things to find out about as an adult. Because, like, I don't know how familiar any of you all are with autism or not, but typically, conversation is not our strong suit. Like, what's happening right now is an absolute miracle of medical marijuana. I was diagnosed at 30. I started working with an occupational therapist, got a medical marijuana card, and a month after that, I started stand-up comedy. I'm not high functioning, but I am high and functioning, dude. But you have to sit and talk to these doctors and therapists and stuff who don't really know what causes autism, so they're just explaining theories. And this doctor at one point finally stopped and he goes, well, basically the main theory is that it could be like a type of genetic mutation. And I said, cool. Because that just makes me a shitty X-Man. You know what I mean? That just makes me like fucking part of the JV team. I don't get called up to the main squad very often. You know, it's fucking doesn't sound cool. Fucking Wolverine, meet your new teammate, the Overthinker. Fucking. No, it doesn't sound cool at all. It sounds like I'm fucking standing off to the side, not making eye contact, and just mumbling to myself. It's like fucking, it's Captain Autism, but it's fine. Yeah. Get anxious over confrontation, which means the rest of the team is outside that jet fighting bad guys while I'm inside, just strapped into my seat, rocking myself and humming the theme song. Just fucking. Na, 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 na. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is catching an absolute ass whooping from Magneto. Until one of them yells out and is like, "Overthinker, get out here, we need you." And I just go like, "Fuck off, I'm self-soothing." And it's Captain Autism. No, that's just one of those awkward things people say a lot about it, right? Like when people find out like that you're autistic, one of those early questions is like, "Oh, really? What's your superpower?" What? Like I said, like what the people mean when they say things like that is they're talking about savant skills, right? Like people who can play a piano perfectly without having ever touched one before. But that is a very rare, like, genetic thing to have happened, dude. Like, we don't know, like, fucking savant skills don't come standard. You know what I mean? It's a, like, even rarer genetic thing. And, dude, my parents are 7th cousins. You know what I mean? Like, what makes you think I hit that genetic lottery? Yeah, no, there are no superpowers with autism. However, I do technically have one superpower. But like I said, it has absolutely nothing to do with autism, so you have to separate these two things in your brains right now, all right? Nothing to do with it. But I do have the retard strength. I got that. And I know I've got it because a VA doctor wrote it down in my chart. Let me repeat what I just said, dude. A medical representative of a government facility wrote that in my official documentation. I'm a fucking X-Man, dude. The government knows about me. No, I was sitting in session with this doctor, and it was right after I'd gotten diagnosed, and he'd run a bunch of blood work and ordered all these tests, and he's looking through everything, and he goes, "Hey, there's some indicators in your results here that suggest that you may have some incest in your family tree." And I said, "Yeah, no shit." They're like, "We've been known that, you know?" The ones who did it have made fun of me for it my whole life, you know? Well, while I was saying it, like I started stimming, and I had like a can, and I kind of dented the can, and he just kind of looked at me a little bit and then scribbled something down. And then it took me a second to read it because it was upside down, so I had to like pick the words up off the paper and like fucking flip them over, you know what I mean? But as soon as it clicked in my brain and I read retard strength, I just stood up real quick and I was like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And he just got all stuttery and he was like, "That used to be the medical term for it." And I said, "Used to be?" And he goes, "Yes, I forgot the new name for it." And I was like, "Well, fucking fix that." Here's the deal, either you fix it or I'll use it. I'll rip you apart like a chimpanzee, dude. I don't give a shit. And so he got on his little Google machine and started typing, and about 30 seconds later he goes, "All right, the new name for it is actually hysterical strength." And I said, "That's not better." Who in here is familiar with the medical history of the term hysterical? Yeah, like 3 women and this guy right here that that eats pussy. So he studied the literature. You know what I mean? Because the term hysterical started in the 1800s in this country because men started bringing their wives into doctor's offices and going like, listen, there's something wrong with them. Except turns out that the only thing that was wrong with those women was that those husbands couldn't make them come. And those ladies felt a certain type of way about it. And so they created the term hysteria. And for a long time, the treatment for hysteria was women would go in for doctor's appointments, and those doctors would then manually assist them in achieving completion. That was on the insurance plan. Do you understand what I mean? Like, that was just medicine up until the invention of the vibrator. Which also means that if I had been born 200 years earlier, I'd have been the most successful doctor in America. So, so I guess technically 2 superpowers. No, I'll tell you one of the worst like things people will say sometimes. But this is just your advance notice. Fucking keep it unpuckered. Because we're about to go on an emotional roller coaster ride together. And there's gonna come a moment where everyone's gonna wanna like suck it back up. All right? And when that time comes, I just need you all to like maintain visual contact with me and remember that, oh yeah, that demographic. You know what I mean? Like, just look at me and remember that he's the captain now. So I'm gonna be laughing my ass off. So fucking be cool, all right? Because the worst one, people will come up sometimes, and I had this guy approach me, and he said, hey man, I don't think you got the full-blown autism. Fucking, where is this going? I'm still a comedian. I got a job to do, dude. If you say something wild enough, I'll hear you out. You know what I mean? And he was like, I don't think you got the full-blown autism, man. You might not even have autism at all. You might have something like Asperger's. Fucking what? Dude, because here, I didn't realize this was a thing that needed to be addressed, but that shit happens a lot, all right? So, Asperger's is autism. Always has been, all right? And Asperger's also hasn't been a diagnosable condition in over a decade, right? Because it was removed from the DSM-5 and like retired by the medical community. They basically locked that name in a trunk, threw it in a closet, and stacked furniture in front of it and said, we're not gonna fucking talk about it anymore. They did that for a very important reason, right? And that's because the man that it had been named after, Hans Asperger, turns out was a real ass. Burger. Turns out Hans was a Nazi scientist who helped run Hitler's eugenics program. Hello? Did somebody try to like start the plan or something? Like, I said Hitler and a phone ring. That sounds like a plot. Whew. Threw me off. Anyway, Hitler. What a weird thing to say again. Like I said, Hans Asperger ran his eugenics program, right? Which means he experimented on like the DNA of thousands of like autistic and handicapped children and then loaded them onto trains and sent them to camps where they died, right? And just so we are all very clear at this moment, this is no longer the comedy portion of the show. This is just a sad History Channel fact. The more you know. Bong bong. But it is an important fact to discuss so that we can all make sure, like as a group, that it doesn't happen again. All right? Because think about how highly repeatable human tragedy is, right? Like, think about that time in history and the kind of like global struggle for like control was. And like the kind, how countries were like racing each other and willing to bend the rules in order to gain like advances in like science and technology and medicine, right? And with this doctor being such a respected authority figure, and fun fact, a lot of us really fucking love trains. Did you feel it? I warned you. Well, all the air gets sucked out of the room as everyone went squeep right back up. I lied earlier. This is my favorite part. I call it the pucker point. But I also understand why it exists. I get it, all right? Like, I get that that is a dark joke. That is a difficult joke for some people to hear. I understand that perspective, truly. Now, somebody did have to explain it to me. Hi, anyway. No, I do understand that perspective, and I respect it, all right? But just so everyone can kind of understand my perspective on that joke and why I tell it, that is because if that does ever happen again, dude, you boys got a one-way ticket on one of those choo-choos. It's not even really a joke, dude. I'm gonna keep telling it until you all stop calling me Asperger's, dude. It's a public service announcement. Just fucking stop snitching. Let me live. Anyway. Anyway, getting back on track. All aboard! All right. No, like I said, I do understand the perspective that would be upset by that joke, but also I just want to be very clear about something. Like I make all of these jokes at my expense, right? At no one else's. Like, because at the end of the day, I don't believe that anyone should ever be made fun of just for having a disability. Agreed? Cool. Yeah, that's normally where everybody does that, but this section right here, do whatever the fuck you guys want, I guess. Let's rewind that, start it from the top again one more time. Dude, I don't think anyone should ever be made fun of just for having a disability. Exactly. Unless, hear me out. Hear me out. If someone gave themselves a disability because they were stupid, it's open season. Because we're not talking about anyone who like suffered some like tragic, unforeseeable accident or anyone who's like born with a disability. Dude, we're talking about dum-dums. People who make poor life choices. Which means that we're no longer in the realm of ableism. And we have moved into the realm of Darwinism. And I'll give you a great starter example, all right? Like, we're in St. Pete, dude. We're in the Bay. What's up? Yeah. Dude, just a couple years ago, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won a fucking Super Bowl. However, there was a player on that team, a linebacker, named Jason Pierre-Paul. Yeah, don't skip ahead. But a few years before that Super Bowl, when he played for the Giants, Jason Pierre-Paul got drunk on 4th of July and then blew off half of his own hand playing with M80s. And as a Florida man, I can tell you right up front, dude, that is a brilliant idea. Every time, try it. I highly recommend it. Dude, I'll light them and throw them at you. Which way are they going? You'll never know. May the odds be ever in your favor. I don't give a shit. I'm not a multi-million-dollar athlete. You know what I mean? But Jason Pierre-Paul made a dumbass decision that cost him, part of his limb. You know what I mean? But he did overcome that dumbass decision and returned to the NFL, and then several years later, right here, won a fucking Super Bowl. Yeah. Almost single-handedly. He's just that explosive of an athlete. And again, I want to make sure there's no confusion here. I take nothing away from Jason Pierre-Paul. What he did that night was historic, and I respect it. Because he did not like the portion of this joke that he saw on my Instagram. All right? And he is still a 6'6", 270-pound NFL linebacker, all right? So just in case any of this gets back to him, all right? What he did that night was historic. Okay? He chased NFL MVP Patrick Mahomes around the field all night long and ended that game with 2.5 sacks. All right? That is higher than he can count on one hand. Dude, that went into record books. Understand? And that's one that nobody's ever gonna touch. Nobody's ever gonna lay a finger on it. So again, I take nothing away from Jason Pierre-Paul or his accomplishments, all right? He earned that Super Bowl ring. They did have to give it to him on a necklace, though. But he earned it. But he also earned the necklace. You get it? That's the entire point, all right? Dumbass people make dumbass decisions, and they need to be reminded of those so that they don't continue to do dumber shit. All right? At this point, it is for their safety. And I just really hope they're listening. For my safety. We're almost done. You gonna finish it or not? Autistic. Autistic. It's gonna be the last thing that's gonna really divide the room. Let's talk about this mullet. See, always divides the room. Dude, because half of the people that cheered for the wrong reason. I mean, because half of them, they clocked it as soon as I came in here. And as soon as they saw it, they were like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Started nudging each other. He was like, ain't no way that one's vaccinated. Ain't no damn way. Well, you'd be wrong. All right, and because historically somewhere some wires got crossed, all right? Because that's not what the mullet actually symbolizes. Like what a mullet symbolizes historically is that there's nothing I won't put in my body. Why do you think it's called a party in the back? It's where you're supposed to do the drugs from, you idiots. All of that to say that I am vaccinated. But again, just so there is no misunderstandings, dude, nobody leaves here with any crazy conspiracy theories. Look at me. I was autistic first. True story. I just couldn't do anything cool, like count cards or remember birthdays. So as soon as the vaccine was available for me, I was like, why not? You know, like my worst case scenario at this point is I evolve like a Pokemon. Like final form, shiny version, let's do this. You're like, I get to go back to doing stand-up and I might be in a Marvel movie? Where do I sign? It didn't work. I asked them about putting Autism Plus on Disney Plus and they have not returned my emails. But getting vaccinated did allow me the opportunity to like go back out on the road and like keep doing this job for a living. Because appreciate it, yeah. Which I had to do because I quit my job a month before lockdown started. Means I became what most of you all might refer to as homeless. So I bought this piece of shit van, like threw a mattress in it, got vaccinated, and then as like cities started opening up, like I cobbled together a tour and went to like Austin, Texas, and Colorado Springs, and Kansas City, and Nashville, and had this incredible trip and changed like my life and my trajectory. So being homeless was the best thing that could have happened to me. But I cannot undersell to you all enough how big of a piece of shit this van was. Like I was living full time in a 1987 GMC Safari van. 5-speed manual transmission, no heat or air conditioner, fucking serial killer edition. The sliding door window had been busted out, so we had just screwed up an old piece of plywood over it. We'd cut a hole in the ass end and stuck a window air conditioning unit out of it, wired it to a generator on the tailgate, which was then immediately stolen because, hi, I'm from Florida. Dude, this van looked like I bought it from a police auction of the suspects' vehicles. I mean, like such a piece of shit, like so creepy. I parked it at a comedy club in Orlando, Florida to fly and go do a weekend somewhere else. And the Orange County Sheriff's Department called my family to tell them that they had unfortunate news. Because the deputy had just seen my van parked in the same spot 2 days in a row and just assumed that someone was dead inside of it. But he wasn't checking till he called for backup. Dude, this van sucks so bad. Like I planned this trip out. I left from St. Augustine, Florida, going to Austin, Texas. I like mapped it all out. It was a 27-hour drive. I was splitting it into 3 days. I get my van on the interstate for the first time, only to discover that my new house can't do the speed limit on the interstate. Fucking as soon as the speedometer would hit 70 miles an hour, the whole thing would just start fucking shaking harder than I do. So now fucking recalculating, my 3-day trip becomes 4. So now I'm just scissoring at 69 on my way out to the Lone Star State. Turns out they don't fucking like that there. But I also had one of the most uncomfortable experiences of my life, right? Because I was leaving Austin going to Colorado Springs, and on the way, I met this Texas cowboy. And he said something fucked up. Because we were sitting in this bar having a conversation, and when he found out that I was going to Colorado, he stopped me mid-sentence and goes, "White, you're leaving Texas?" Only thing that leaves Texas is steers and queers. Fucking what? And then this motherfucker just looked around confused and then looked back at me and just said it slower, like I didn't understand him. He was just like, "The only thing that leaves Texas is steers and queers." And I stood up real quick from my bar stool and yelled out like, "Well, we're in Oklahoma, so which one are you?" And Forrest was ready to fight. Do you understand me? I'm about to start fucking passing out uppercuts for free. Just Jenny! Dude, fucking. But before I could do anything at all, old boy's hand reached out and touched my hand. And he looked me in the face and said, "Well, I've been buying a strange man drinks all night." In a bar where other men have been buying each other drinks all night. And it was at that exact moment that Captain Autism became aware of our surroundings. And I was so embarrassed, I did not know what to do. So Captain Autism just apologized, paid our tab, and then we fucked him. Bro, because at this point, like, why not? You know what I mean? Like, fucking, I already told you, I'm divorced in my 30s, and it is an apocalypse out here. Do you understand? It's time to experiment, try some new shit, figure out what else I might be into. Again, turns out love is also a spectrum, and Nana should have prayed harder. Thanks for coming, Nana. No, but just so you all like can fully like comprehend like in the moment my train of thought. Dude, like in that moment, I struggle with things called invasive thoughts, right? So something will worm its way in and just fucking post up until I do something about it, right? And so in the moment, I just got one of those invasive thoughts that wouldn't go away, like just that casual expression that people will use sometimes when they're on vacation or at the Cheesecake Factory. You know what I mean? Like when a couple will sit down across the table from each other and then one of them just whispers like, "Should we order every dessert on the menu?" And the other person looks back at him and goes, "Well, when in Rome." Right there, dude, right in my head, fucking, when in Rome. You know what I mean? And that was his name, Rome. Anyway, I haven't seen him since we got kicked out of that Bass Pro Shop. Florida, thank you so much. My name's AJ Wilkerson. Thank you all so fucking much. All right, knock it off for a minute. All right, dude, this is entirely because of you. Like, I need you all to understand that. Like, we did this without any production companies, like big time agents, anything like that, dude. Like, a handful of people believed in me and we put it on Kickstarter, and you all started giving me money before I believed in it myself, dude. So, yeah. Dude, this weekend has been 3 of the most incredible shows I've done since I fucking started. Like, every one of you, like, over the past several years have, like, continued to follow and show up and buy tickets to see me. And I just want to say thank you for letting me do this job for a living. You fucking... You're the real MVPs, dude. Fucking thank you so much. Good night.
I got the leg. I got the leg, dude. No, I got it. We gotta go, like, now. Hey! Hey! Other way! Other way! Other way! Hey! He's a lot heavier than he looks. I got the leg. I got the leg. Yeah, no, we gotta go. I got the leg. Hey! Hey! This way! This way! Here, you need this. You need this. That was even better. I thought it was good. You made a cripple fall. Dude, I swept his foot. Swept him right off his foot. Put this on, dude. You should do jiu-jitsu, bro. Your leg sweeps on his foot. That was good. Oh, my word. So I still got the leg that you needed to get up. Oh, my word.
Hey! I do all my own stunts.
Ow! Here, come on, Tom Cruise, get up. Oh, my word. Take 2. Hey,